What is up, guys? Glenn here. I've got a Funko Pop haul for you today. One of many I've got in the next few weeks. This is kind of a random one. Some random pickups that didn't really fit in the other categories of pop hauls that I'm going to be doing a little bit later. So, I've got 5 pops. Well, 5 boxes to show you today. Starting off with a 3-pack. This is the Star Wars Cantina Set. We've got Greedo, Hammerhead, and Walrus Man. He has a proper name, but okay. This is a 3-pack that's a Walmart exclusive. It's been out at Walmart for quite a little while, but I just got up the gumption lately to pick it up. And so that is the Cantina pack. Next, I've got a couple of Marvels. We've got Teenage Groot. This is the grumpy teenager saw at the end credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is an Amazon exclusive. It just got stocked a week or two, or a couple weeks ago, and I just picked that up. We've got from the Marvel Collector Corps, this is the gold Ironman number 258. This is the Tales of Suspense number 40, basically his first appearance, I believe. This was a bonus pop available on the Collector Corps store for current subscribers. So as a subscriber, they put this up for grabs for you to buy individually. The regular Collector Corps, the first appearance Avengers Collector Corps, had the other Iron Man figure in it, which was the silver one. This is gold. So that's that one. Lastly, from Marvel, I've got another Spider-Man Homecoming pop. This is Spider-Man with headphones. Just came out a little while ago. Just picked him up online. And lastly, from DC, specifically from Batman 1966, this is the Riddler. So this is the second series of old school television Batman pops to come out. I've got Mr. Freeze as well, but this is the Riddler. So let's check out all of these goodies a little bit closer. Okay, here's what is commonly referred to as the Cantina Set. This is the 3-pack that's a Walmart exclusive. We've got Greedo, we've got Hammerhead, and we've got Walrus Man. Alright guys, his name is Ponda Baba, not Walrus Man, but that's okay, whatever. That's his nickname. So I took a long time in actually wanting to go ahead and pick up this set. I finally did, but I really didn't want it for a long time, and there's a very specific reason for this. Number one, a couple of reasons. We already have Greedo. We already have Hammerhead. Why would they put a pack? There's so many Cantina characters available to make pops out of. Why did they pick 2 of them that we already have out? In fact, both of these were re-released out of the vault not too long ago. So it's not like these were retired and you couldn't find them anymore, so they're going to put them in a 3-pack. Still available. I don't know how easy they are to find them now, but they got re-released. They were vaulted and re-released. So the fact that they've included 2 pops that we already have, and there are so many Cantina characters they could have used, and the first one that comes to mind is his partner, Dr. Evazan, I think his name is. You know, and so many characters in the Cantina they could have used. It's very disappointing that they went with 2 kind of easy characters to do because they've done them already. So I waited a while to get this, but to be as complete as I like to be, I went ahead and picked it up when I saw it on sale. The pops themselves are okay. The Greedo, what I tried to do was look at the original Greedo. Oh, shit, what am I doing? As far as the pops themselves go, they look okay. The Greedo, for some reason, looks really... I mean, yes, all pops are plastic, but this one looks very plasticky to me. It's almost opaque, the head. You can almost see through it. It doesn't have a whole lot of color. You know, I'm looking at the original Greedo, and it's got a darker color. It looks a little better. These aren't glow in the dark. So, you know, unless there's something I don't know about. But this one just doesn't look that great to me. It looks very... It's like dollar store Greedo, right? Hammerhead looks better. Very simple. You know, nothing wrong with that. I like that he's got his gun out there and his rows of teeth. Looking at the original, he's got a different outfit on. This is a very simple outfit, just the blue tunic. But the original Hammerhead doesn't have a gun either. So they've changed it up a little bit. And then for Ponda Baba, for Walrus Man, again, I'm just struck by how simple these pops are for being a fairly recent release. And Funko's been pretty good about being a little more detailed. I mean, they could have done a lot more detail with his tusks and his outfit. Another 3-color pop. You know, just seems odd to me that these, how simple these are in their design. I don't mind having them. I bought them for a reason. If you look at the box also has the other threesome on there, which is the Tarful, Unhooded Emperor, and Utapau Clone Trooper. I'll be getting that actually this week, and I'll do that in one of my Funko Pop reviews as well. But now that I've picked this up, I don't regret getting it, but it's just kind of meh to me. I'm not a big fan of any of these particular pops. I guess my favorite would be this one just because I don't have them already. But the original Hammerhead and the original Greedo look so much better than these two that it's funny that they would re-release them like this. So that is the Walmart 3-pack, the Cantina guys. So here is Groot, number 207 from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This, a lot of people think of this, and this is an Amazon exclusive that just came out fairly recently. But we've known about it for a long time. A lot of people call this Teenage Groot. James Gunn, this is from the end credit scene in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, one of the 5. But James Gunn has been very specific that this is not Teenage Groot so much as it is Adolescent Groot or Tween Groot, I guess you could say, which tells me that we're probably going to see a more teenage, you know, a little bit older Groot in Avengers Infinity War. So we wanted to definitely have some separation between those two versions of Groot. So this is adolescent or tween Groot. You can see the box there. Again, number 207. And then all of the regular edition pops from Guardians 2. This one, the first thing I noticed is how small it is. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be for a pop. In fact, if we bring in Baby Groot, one of them anyway, you can see they're pretty much the same size. This Groot's not really that much taller or anything than this one. I would have thought that this Groot would be a little bit taller because he's a little bit older in that scene. But he's definitely got that teen angst going on. Arms folded, brow furrowed. He's definitely not having it with his surrogate father, Star-Lord, in that scene. So, pretty cool. Bobble works well. It's a small figure, so the bobbles tend to work better. They're not as bobbly, and they don't make them fall down quite as much as the larger figures. But the green looks really good, really bright. His shrubbery there. And overall, a nice addition to everybody's 50 million Groots that they have, including myself. So that is Adolescent or Tween Groot, number 207. All right, this is a cool pop. This is Ironman Tales of Suspense number 40 from the Marvel Collector Corps. Except it's not really from the Marvel Collector Corps, the box anyway. It's actually a special promotion. If you're a subscriber to the Collector Corps, Funko made this figure eligible for you to buy separately. So it's about a $15 pop. You could just buy it from their website and separate from any box. So it's definitely exclusive, and it's one you're not going to find anywhere else unless you buy it from their site, and you have to be a subscriber to do that. This is a Golden Iron Man. This is basically the Mark I armor except it's from his second appearance. This is not his first appearance. His first appearance was in Tales of Suspense number 40, and that just happens to be this guy. The silver, notice they're pretty much exactly the same. This is from the actual Marvel Collector Corps box, and the first appearance Avengers box, and this is actually from his very first appearance in Tales of Suspense 39. This one is his second appearance in Tales of Suspense 40. So let's check out the box. Let's see, there we go. And then you can see the cover of that particular comic. It's right after his first appearance, the very next month. And he has a gold color to him. So the pop itself, again, it's identical to the silver one, just painted gold. And for a one-color pop, I really dig, actually, I dig both of these. I think they're both pretty cool. For being a one-color pop, it just looks great. You know, very detailed. I like the pose on these guys. But it's also got a very nostalgic, very retro look to it. I mean, it is the 60s, right? So, very, very cool pop set. I love having the gold and the silver both. So I jumped on getting this gold one while I could. I'm not sure actually if it's still available to subscribers on the site. I assume that it is, because it hasn't been out that long, and you know, there's a lot of subscribers, but I don't know if they've sold out or not. But if they haven't, I would definitely suggest this if you subscribe to the Collector Corps at all. And if you don't subscribe to Marvel Collector Corps, you should, because a lot of great pops come through there if you're a Marvel fan. So that is Iron Man Tales of Suspense number 40, number 258. Here we have Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming. This is Spidey Peter with his headphones and his school jacket on. This is an interesting release because all of the Spider-Man Homecoming pops came out, and then this one released later, which is a little unusual for them to release one pop later, unless they're, you know, usually they'll do a second series or something like that, but usually not just throw another one out in the mix at a later time. So here's the box. This is number 265. Box on the side there, and then they show all of the regular pops from this series. There's a couple, actually there's quite a few exclusives as well. There's a Spider-Man with no hood on. There's the homemade costume with no hood on. There's a Tony Stark in a suit holding the Iron Man mask, and there's a glow-in-the-dark Vulture. So there's quite a few in this series that aren't pictured there. This one, though, isn't exclusive or anything. It's just a late release. So let's look at Spidey here. I'm not that impressed with the work on this, actually, to be honest. I like the design. For the most part, it looks good. I like the jacket, and you can see his costume underneath. This look made famous by one of the posters, one of the movie posters for Spider-Man when it was Homecoming. But here's what bothers me a little bit. There's some paint defects above his eye there. You can see that the white paint has bled onto the black, and it's pretty noticeable. It's not something that you can't see. It's pretty noticeable by just looking at it. So that is a little bit distressing. You look at his coat, the bottom, there's a top button that's a certain color, and then a bottom button that's, wish this thing would focus. Come on, guys. But there's a bottom button that's not colored barely at all. It looks just a little off. Looking at the back, it looks good, but that there's also a paint flaw in his headphones, on his headphone band there. So not the best job with the paint job and the quality control with that one. It's a nice enough pop, and I like it because I feel more having of a more complete regular set, but it doesn't look as good as I'm used to pops being nowadays. This is kind of old school. It's kind of old school paint and mold mess-ups that I'm not used to anymore, because honestly they've gotten so much better at it. As far as the design goes, the other thing I like about it is that one of his eyes is more closed than the other, kind of represents how his suit works, but also it gives him a little bit of an expression. It's not just a mute Spider-Man look. He's got one eye a little bit closed. It looks like a little quizzical. So it definitely gives him a sense of kind of a facial expression. So there he is, Spider-Man number 265. All right, we've got the Riddler from Batman Classic TV series. This is number 183. This is from the second series of Batman Pops from that old series, 1966. This is the Riddler, and you can see the other ones on the back. We've also got the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Batgirl, and King Tut. So, the pop itself, for one thing, it doesn't stand very well. It's another one of those. So, you know, not my favorite thing in the world, but I can get them to stand with a little work. The pop itself, though, what I really dig about this series, and it's more out of necessity than anything, they're so simple and colorful and great looking. Some, you know, I praise pops all day long, the ones that are intricate and very detailed. These don't have to be. This is from a 1960s camp TV series. The costumes were simple. The sets were inexpensive. But it was bright and colorful and reflective of the times. And this is the perfect example of that. Is one-piece green unitard there with question marks on it, purple gloves, purple belt, and purple domino mask. Just perfect. It looks great. The paint job is well done. It doesn't need to be that detailed. The hair is good. It just is an awesome looking pop that really, as simple as it is, really stands out when it's up on the shelves. I love the pops from this series, and this is a great one. So this is the Riddler, number 183, made famous by Frank Gorshin as well. And there he is, if I can get him to stand. There you go. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed checking out this pop haul. I've got many more to come, as I said in the beginning. We've got New York Comic-Con pops coming up. I've got a bunch of Walgreens pops, some Walmart pops, other random pops that I got online and in stores to come up to show you coming up. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, check out my social media and all that good stuff. Please follow me on Twitch. We've got a lot of great live streams coming up there. And other than that, I will see you later. Bye.